Stop.
His hand goes up to his brain tube and he pulls it out. And his numbers go 0. He's not breathing. His heart rate.
Oh shoot. Tell me, dog. Stop.
That's why I'm gonna beat my child.
Stop.
What do you think? Hey, it's inside you.
Your what you love?
Hey! Not receipt for your free. Ouch, swallowed a button back. With his esophagus, almost killing him. In the OR, surgeons removed the battery, but the night after the operation, his vitals flatline.
He's not breathing. His heart rate stops.
Oh my gosh, dude! I said stop.
Doctors rush to replace Emmett's breathing tube, and his condition stabilizes.
As soon as I could hear the beeping of his heart rate again, that's when I was able to take a breath again and realize, okay, he's okay.
But the relief is short-lived. 2 weeks later, Dr. Egan takes Emmett into surgery to reconstruct the hole in his esophagus, but the operation is unsuccessful. To prevent gastric acids from leaking into his lungs, Dr. Egan cuts out 2 inches of the baby's esophagus and routes it out the side of his neck.
One of the hardest things I've ever seen is in his body. After that, he didn't look like Emmett.
I just felt like I was hit by a truck. We were just devastated. It was heartbreaking for us.
To keep the ailing boy alive, doctors place a feeding tube in his stomach, allowing the inflammation in his chest to subside. 5 months later, doctors are able to repair Emmett's esophagus. But it isn't a complete success. Emmett's esophagus repeatedly tears as he endures 17 more surgeries over 6 more months. Today, Emmett is still recovering from the damage done by the button battery.
The doctors don't really know what the long-term prognosis is. The hope is to get him and then get him to start swallowing and being able to take some food by mouth.
He, for some reason, is supposed to be here, and we will continue to fight with him, try to keep fighting. There's a purpose for him to be here, and as his parents, we're going to try to help him fulfill that.
As more electronic devices that use button batteries enter the market, the incidence of people ingesting those batteries also increases. To prevent children from accidentally ingesting them, keep button batteries out of their reach. And make sure that the battery compartments in any electronic devices they have access to are securely fastened. If there's any suspicion that someone may have swallowed a button battery, seek immediate medical attention.
Oh my God, am I going to die?
Am I going to lose my daughter here? Is this going to be the end?
21-year-old Carla McPhee is a university student. She's close with her mother, Anne Marie, and father, Gary. Carla lives off campus with her childhood friend, Erin.
Being a university student, I really began to mature and inside of life. I was looking for a path of self-discovery, for a different way to express myself and find out who I was. We were having a great time in college, spreading our wings, trying new things.
When Carla went away to school, she was doing her own thing. You need to have your kids mature, but deep down inside you're wondering how she's going to get by. Will she do okay?
Little do they know that Carla's independent spirit is about to get a reality check.
It was my last year. I was in the library working on an assignment, and my head started to ache. I would get headaches from time to time, and so I thought it was just another headache.
Several hours pass, but the headache does not.
When I got home, I still had the headache, so I decided to take painkillers. And I went to bed autism could get. It was definitely more severe and really painful. I was surprised that it hadn't gone away.
And 2 days later, the headache is still there.
I was in class and I was having trouble concentrating. The pain was getting a lot worse. It was all over my head. So I ended up going home early that day. At this point, I'm starting to get worried. To have such a bad headache for 3 days was definitely out of the norm for me.
So the next day, Carla stays home.
I was sitting on the couch watching TV with a friend. All of a sudden, this commercial that I was watching made me feel funny. Then I heard multiple songs that I knew, but I couldn't decipher what it was. It was a really strange feeling. It was almost as if I was hallucinating, but not visually. It was like it was an audible hallucination. I knew something was wrong. I felt terrible.